Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let's thank to our God Allah SWT who has give us enjoyment and healthy so we could be here. Salat and salam, uh, may His advices guide us until the end of the day. Okay, so today in this video I'm going to talk about old, old devices that did not support newer software. So before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Zahid. I'm from 11 TKJ, and yeah, so today I'm going to talk about uh, the problem about old, older device that did not get newer software. So this problem was very popular out there in in the world. Uh, technology lovers are complaining about that their old hardware did not support newer software. And this is, well, for me, especially who loves uh, smartphone or computer, uh, this is a huge problem. I love them, and sometimes they don't get newer software updates because it's too old. So there are many company that do that. I've heard that Android phones did not get longer software updates. Here's some example. Samsung. Oh yeah, I've heard that Samsung S8, no S10, even S10 did not get newer Android updates. Android 13. The last update is Android 12, which is a big problem. But different thing happens on their competitor, Apple. iPhone, they got a longer software update. So I've used iPhone before. I've used especially, even today I've used iPhone, and it was an old iPhone. Yeah, I think it's 3 years old, but it still gets an update even until today, or even 2 years later. Maybe it will get newer update. Not just phone, it also happens in a computer. Computer like Windows doesn't always gets a new update. Some old computers don't support newer version of the Windows, like Windows 11 if you've heard of it. So Windows 11 well is a newer version of Windows, and an old processor or not support to get a new Windows. So there are many rules to get a new version. You need at least 8 gen or later processor of your computer with at least you need to have 4 gigs of RAM, and at least you need 64 gigs of free storage, which is kind of stupid for a processor, especially because actually not all old processors are slow. Sometimes they are faster than the newer generation because it's just sometimes stupid. But don't worry, sometimes there are so many solutions there to get a newer version of a software on an old device. So like Windows 11 don't support on 7 gen under of a processor. Well, you need at least 8 gen of a processor with 4 gigs of RAM. So there are solutions to install Windows 11 on older software. Okay, so well, it might risk something, but for me, done it. I've done it like a few months ago with my old computer. It works. There's nothing wrong with it. It's so smooth. It's still fast and no bug. But yeah, it's not easy to do it, but it's working. There are many tutorials online how to install Windows 11 on old computer. There you can just search how to install Windows 11 on old computer. There are so many Indians tutorial out there where you can watch and try to do it. Not just computer, Android phones also. You can do that on Android phones, but it's not easy to do it. Just like Windows, it's not easy to do it. Android, you need a custom ROM. There are custom ROM where you can download online for free and then install it on your old Android phones. Even Apple, you can do it on Apple computer, Mac OS. You can try to install a newer version of Mac OS on your old MacBook, but you have to. But notes, there are notes. It might be slow because sometimes Apple can do a long software updates because they are supporting their supported updates are very connected to their hardware. So if their hardware are getting slower, they're not going Apple not going to give that device a new update because it's going slow. But there are solution to crack open to remove their security to install a new version of a Mac OS to your old MacBook. Yeah, I think that's all from me. Uh, Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.